Alright, hey, what's up? Before we start the video, I'd like to ask that everyone likes and subscribes. If you do really enjoy the content coming up and some of the small mini clips I present, I'd love it if you guys could show your support and like and subscribe. At least you subscribe. It's free, doesn't like hurt you or anything like that. It's absolutely free and it helps me a lot. Thank you. Alright, for this session we are getting through the Fief of the Chill Curse, beating Damaros, and then we are getting up until Abess Ursula. I would say that's a decent amount of progress for this session. Now the reason why we're going through the manse at first is because I had no clue where the hell I was and what to do through here. I didn't know if I was stuck and need to come back later. And what I searched up was to go through like a door, but I couldn't find the door. So what I ended up doing was just going to the Fief and dealing with that spot. And I would just spend a lot of time here looking through every secret. So after going through the Fief of the Chill Curse, this area was basically just a large dead end. It's a big circle as well. It just brings you right back to the kind of like gate area in the front where the main vestige is, and all the ladders go around and go to the same spot. So through this spot, it's so simple. You just literally go around and flip a lever. It's simple as that. Then you go through the center gorge. There's a lot of secrets through this area too. It's just that my biggest problem, of course, is the invisible archers. I couldn't tell you how many times I either ran past them, got shot by them, whatever it was. But I was definitely learning. The Grief Brown Ruina, honestly, not even worth it. Is there legit? Oh my god. This better be an easy boss, bro. I swear to fuck. Yeah, I don't want to fight you. Yep, that's when I realized it's not a named boss. I could just walk away and not worry about it. Like, it was just map development, I guess, to kind of show the future. Besides the obvious boss arena to the right there, but you know, who cares? Fuck this shit, I'm out. Bro, what happened? And then cue my peak idiocracy when I barely even see the item when I'm walking over to it. I'm like, ooh, there's an item over there. Okay, let's go grab it. And then I see another item. That was not a very good idea to go see that item. That's not a mimic! I fucking saw it. That bitch was not a mimic. Now the rest of the run and the walk up until the next boss fight, the Crow, was pretty simple. Run through a little bit of snow. Man, this snow as tall as me. Walk past a few mini bosses. Go in the water. Look around through all the secrets. Of course, all the secrets. Find the way back onto the houses. And then keep going through the path. You know, it's pretty straightforward. This game's pretty straightforward, and where you need to go next. Unfortunately, the next boss is very underwhelming for what I think everyone playing this game kind of wanted. The Hollowed Crow. Later on, you do end up seeing the Light Reaper fight the crow. Not an actual, like, animated fight, but through a stigma. But, you know. Another quick little breakdown. I didn't know this was a blizzard. I was very confused. It's like, oh, it's an AoE. It's like, how do I get out of this? And I just went straight to the corner. I was like, alright, I guess that's how you get out of it. Everything else between these intermediate phases is really easy to dodge. And at this end part, I had no clue. I had no clue what I was doing. The game got me like in a glitch spot. And then I was like, oh. That's the boss? Shit. This was a terrible boss. Epic beacon cleansing moment. So I fought the Light Reaper. Went about as you expected, to be honest. I well enough dodged that, but here's a pretty good extra dodge, making sure I don't get an angle. What are you aiming at? Where the fuck are you aiming?
Give me that lamp.
Did I not? Did I not just dodge that shit? Did I not just dodge that shit? But yeah, after that, you return to the main vestige, and I went down back to fight this boss, and I finally beat her. Throughout this fight, I used some of the stuff I did them from beforehand, like arrow or durable such as 2 weeks. Mine the crossbow, and mine the pillars, because they break in the second phase. I did have a problem with the camera again, talking about that earlier, because it's such a sometimes. But I've learned how to control it a bit more, especially later on, because I've learned most of the enemy's phases. This run, I do end up getting her. She's actually really easy in the first phase again, and the second phase just becoming more sporadic. The lore, I don't fully understand anyways either. Why, how, you know. But, you know, if anyone wants to talk about it, we can talk about it. One other tip is when you have an ally like the Tower of Penance, have them either take controlled damage if it's like a single phase boss, but if it's a double phase boss, try to have yourself take this damage. Otherwise, then you won't have an ally in the second phase, and a lot of times, depending on the enemy, like if you're new to your boss fight and the Hero or Durga one, sometimes they can actually be either more empowered or roughly the same. Learning where the Mance was from killing Hero or Durga was actually like a huge benefit to like learning how to progress the game, because that's basically how you unlock the rest of it, is by learning where this one damn fucking door is. The location is just really simple actually. There is a lot of nooks and crannies, as a lot of other locations are, but the fucking flying critters are a pain. At first, after getting through all this like with small locations, I thought this boss fight was cool. I was like, oh, this is nice. This is something new. There's 2 enemies in pairs. They heal. They do spells. They have their own special AI. That's so cool. playing through it now though, it's just like, they're used actually a lot more than you think, and it's not cool anymore. But yeah, after getting the key and opening doors just below the previous arena, I mean, this area is underwhelming as well. I'd say it's cool for like, I think its main purpose in realistic like architecture, religious purposes and stuff like that. But also where like the Tower of Penance on the edge of the cliff in front of you, and then the abysses and more religious spaces to the left, the gate doesn't really make sense. I don't really understand this area that much, to be honest. But then of course, you know, boss fight on a bridge. You gotta be you know, really good like random boss fight. Terrible poison like attribute. I do kind of gotta like the boss, but its use just being right after in the tower. Like, come on. It would have been so much cooler if they had like specific like different guys instead of just the general like spiky head guys. Literally this poison knight and like normal archers and maces. Like, I don't like that. Death. From here, I'm just gonna give you like a quick speed run of the Tower of Penance. Really cool ambience, cool platforming, good visuals, you know. I'd say, like, the internals was good. The first until, like, the center, like, where the front door is, could have a bit more work. And the fights afterwards could have more work, too. Especially with the reusing of the enemy. But, I mean, still pretty cool. Good aspect, good idea. But this is where the true cool part of this entire tower is, honestly. I like this boss fight. Sure, reskin, a little small attack rework, but I love this entire boss fight right here.
You would defile this sacred place with this horror. With your very own hands. Monster. Does your blasphemy know no bounds? If only it were that easy. Brother, we have a guest. Another sinner.
Although this video has had quite a few negatives about this like part right here, still gotta give the developers a loving aspect of this, because I mean it's such a great game. Even with like any bugs you have in any game, that's kind of a given, because game development is so hard to do, especially trying to give it to like an audience that is so hard, because a lot of people love these combat aspects. And after another 30 minutes of me exploring the tower, like literally you see me running around the beacon trying to see if there's anything extra, I finally make it to the beacon and cleanse it. Meeting with Stomand for me was kind of like, oh, hi, I haven't seen you in a while. And I was like, alright. I listened to him, and I was like, hurry the fuck up, bro. Like, let's get in there. Now, progressing through here and up from this vestige is already just a pain, because the dog, hound girl, whatever, like, dealing with the dogs is easy, but her shooting radiant bolts at you and you fucking getting hit with it and losing half your health is a fucking bitch. Now, the Abess Ursula fight, you know, so yeah, I'm rolling for my life now. The beam kinda is beaming. And you know, right here I was so close. I don't know how she didn't die. I was like, oh shit, she's dead. And, you know, she's not dead. I was like, wait, she's fucking healing. Fuck you. Mother fucking bitch. And you know, I finally kill her. I mean, the vines are pain. The mixture of attacks are a pain, but you know, she dies. Now, yes, I did get straight to the next vestige after the end of that clip. However, I'd like to just say, this is the end of the video and end of the previous session. If you could please like and subscribe, I thank you for even making it this far. But I'd really like the support if you guys are interested in these videos, because I love making content and I dislike having to go through all these micro clips. I love it when I get to see the cool boss fights and stuff like that, but I don't like it when I have to go through, oh, is this funny, is this not funny? I gotta think of the long term. So I'm hoping you guys enjoy this, and I like to see the support. Have a great day.